like I said earlier, it is very important that people, individuals, are able to understand the politics of racism, and the only way you can do that is actually beginning to appreciate your own race, appreciate your own culture, appreciate everything that comes with your race. Do you understand? And well, as a journalist, the way forward is having an objective perspective to whatever issues need to be addressed, so you can actually report it and report it right. The moment you have some level of fake news or fake information or wrong information, basically, people begin to get the wrong perception, and that could actually lead to violence. And you do not want that. You actually want problems to be solved. So it is important as journalists to be objective, and that objectivity helps change the narrative, making people understand, what racism is, how they can actually curb it in their own ways, in their own communities, in their own societies. And as journalists, it is also important to actually go the extra mile to do research, investigations, find out what the truth is, find out what the right information is, so that you can actually help promote the Black culture, as well as broadcasting organizations. Broadcasting organizations actually also have roles to play in disseminating the right information. I believe that when all of these things are incorporated all together, would actually be able to address all of these systemic racism issues. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deborah.
I will speak from the perspective of a journalist, okay? Because the issue at hand, one needs to tread carefully so you don't inject personal biases or opinions or what have you in pushing for pushing for civil rights, in pushing against discrimination. I think it's important for the media, to tell the stories of those who have been victimized, those who have been discriminated against. It is also important because aside from the primary function of the media, which is entertainment and information, the media also works, plays the watchdog role. You monitor activities of the government, monitor activities of the policymakers, monitor the policies of the government. Is it anti-people? Is it pro-people? Is it policies that could heighten racial issue, that could heighten systemic discrimination? Is it a policy that gives strength to the judicial system, to make judgments, that mostly favors the white? So it's important for journalists to open up the scope and then report some of these issues. Now, another thing is the issue of the editorial policy. There are media organizations that have probably an editorial policy that favors only the white. Just like it's believed that the CNN hates Trump, and then is it Fox News also, likes Trump, so they are always so Trump doesn't like CNN, so to say, because they are always having issues every now and then. So you see that kind of narrative, it also plays out in the media. And oftentimes it's also determined by the media ownership. Who are those people behind the media? These people behind the media, are they pro-white? Are they pro-black? Are they people who promote equality? Are they people who sees who kicks against racial discrimination? Some of these things kind of have effect. So as media practitioners, we are under the obligation to tell the stories, puncture all the policies of government that it's that seems to be in favor of everyone, but in the real term, it actually favors the white. And aside from that, it's also a collective responsibility beyond the media. Civil society organizations, policymakers, ambassadors, United Nations envoys, and all of that. It is important. African Union, it is important for all of these great institutions to bring this issue of racial discrimination, which has become endemic, bring it to the table, bring it to the forefront, and then tackle it so that we can get a lasting solution. And the very last one, if I may quickly add, I think was it Nina that said, I think Nina made mention of a statement which I so much love. She said it is important for the African media organizations or the Africans to push out the positive narratives, push out the positive narratives, push out great things that people of African descent, even the those who are also being discriminated against, aside the blacks, push out the positive stories. I was reading an article recently, and then I got to know that people from African, descent are among the most educated in the US. It means that they love education, and this makes them, to excel. There are Africans, there are African Americans who have done beautifully well, who have made great exploits. It is the responsibility of the media, to showcase some of these achievements, so it won't look as if, it is only the white that has this brain, the black doesn't have it at all. So I think that's just my little input, and then it's a struggle, it's a movement that we must not be tired in our little way, in our small corner, wherever you are, try and then, amplify the voices of those who are racially discriminated against.
Yeah.
Thank you for that question.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, not to duplicate what the prior guest said, it's the same thing, storytelling. I am actively storytelling to change our narratives. Everything I do has a social justice or racial justice component in my media content. So storytelling. And another thing, connect back with the motherland. Understand we as people of African descent and the diaspora have been disconnected from the motherland. We were stolen, our ancestors, and taken away. So it's time to reconnect. I am reconnecting with my motherland, with the African continent and Africans on a daily basis, and I love it. I plan on repatriating. Look for investment opportunities in Africa. Look for how you can repatriate or have a second home there or something. Let's unite. Let's come together as one Africa. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much to all our panelists, and also to all the viewers out there. We have to know that systemic racism is indeed real, and Black Lives Matter, and it's not just a normal true word. It's something that we need to take seriously and continue to tell our stories. So thank you very much, everyone.